Disney's The Black Cauldron.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh. Joe, what do you got yourself into this time?
Oh yeah, this one's gonna be big. I might as well end my spooky reviews this month with a movie that has quite a horrific reputation. At a time when Disney was at its darkest moment, being shut down because Michael Eisner thought theme parks were less of a luxury than feature animation, you know, the thing that the company was founded on. It was also the start of the new CEO of Disney Animation's Jeffrey Katzenberg to overlook this project, an adaptation of a book I could care little about. Hey, if anything made before I was born, I probably wouldn't know at all. The result was Katzenberg kindly asking the animators to cut out a large portion of the film and have it redrawn and shot. For a live-action film, this is kind of a kink. For animation, which takes years and years upon perfecting and pre-production, you might as well set the time bomb to explode. A smart move from one of the minds that would bring us Shark Tale. The result was a movie that was a box office flop, critically panned, and left audiences rather watching the Care Bears. I'm dead serious, the Care Bears movie made more money at the box office than The Black Cauldron on its opening weekend. And I think I remember reading on the internet when 10 Disney fanboys blew up in their mother's basement when they found out this news. In my mind, a clear sign of defeat. So I could give you a number of reasons to skip this one, but what the hell, it's Halloween time. Let's get this one over with and watch Disney's The Black Cauldron. Our movie begins, and I have to admit, it is kind of a cool premise to start off with. An evil king's soul was imprisoned in the chamber pot from hell, and that its power can make an army of the dead. Stopping the cauldron requires that someone risk their life by jumping into it. I really don't want to say this to sound redundant, but I'm serious, that is pretty hardcore. I wouldn't even say it's inappropriate in Disney films since we've seen the studio give us Judge Frollo, Harpy Tits, a Third Reich of Hyenas, and Tim Burton. I rest my case. However, all the awesome is sucked out dry when we meet our hero, the pig keeper Tauren. He has to look over a pig who has the power to conjure out recycled animation from Fantasia at the location of the Black Cauldron. Oh, and this piggy has the most precious eyebrows a Disney animator could draw up.
Is this to be my life? Pampering a pig? I'm a warrior, not a pig keeper.
Wow, I hate you already. I mean, I understand that our hero will have a fault will make his journey throughout the film by fulfilling it mentally as well as physically, but damn, this kid never shuts up. Most of the time he's bragging about how he's gonna be the next big hero while mostly doing nothing or getting everybody else in trouble. If anything, he's the reason why I couldn't stand Brave and its protagonist Merida. These characters wanted to find their true meanings with a lack of responsibility or care for the people around them. Tauren's like a rock star who wants to go into rock and roll just for the sex and drugs and not know how to play any instruments. It's like Tauren has no concept of what great power or great responsibility is, and Uncle Ben can tell you that.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Or at least the Cliff Robertson version of Uncle Ben, or any other version of Uncle Ben would tell you that. So when Tauren's constant BSing gets his pig stolen, we learn that the man, or what's left of a man, responsible is the dreaded Horn King, along with his army of fierce warriors, and the movie's excuse for a PG rating, wants to use the power of the Black Cauldron to bring an army of the dead. Now, seeing that the Horn King is voiced by John Hurt, who also played the Elephant Man, I feel really tempted to make a joke along those lines, but I think I've got more respect for the Elephant Man and John Hurt to do it. Tauren's mission throughout the movie is now to find the Black Cauldron and destroy it with the assistance of a princess who's more like Alice than an actual Disney princess. A bard who's a gold plating away from being C-3PO, and this guy. I don't think I have any other way to explain this character other than the fact that he's part of Disney's clause to have a talking animal when there's a princess in their movie. You know, when you review animated films, you realize all the specific details of everything. To be fair, Googie isn't as annoying as you imagine him to be. He's kinda like a poor man's Gollum.
Tracks. Googie, remember, Sir Piggy's tracks.
But there's a scene in the film near the end where he makes the ultimate sacrifice, and I won't lie, I was pretty shocked.
Please, Master, not go into Evil Cauldron.
If I don't, we're all lost. Out of my way.
No, Googie not let his friend die. Tauren has many friends. Googie has no friends.
Gurgi, no! Don't jump! Wait! No! No!
my god! Googie putting his life over his friends because he felt he didn't have any? There's no way they could top that. I mean, imagine if they brought him back from the dead. Now that would really suck.
Munchings and crunchings in here somewhere.
Googie! You're alive!
He's alive.
You know, there's a song that describes my feelings for this movie entirely. It's, let me find it. Oh, here it is. So as far as this being the worst Disney animated film, it's up there. I wouldn't say it's the complete worst, but yeah. I do have a soft spot for films with the traditional animated aesthetic, whereas you can see the cell make a shadow while the colors flicker from frame to frame. However, I can get that enjoyment from watching a better animated flick called Robin Hood. Say what you will about that movie, but at least it's more fun and exhilarating than this flick. I will even go as far as to say that the film's score, which includes a theremin-like instrument, will make the movie somewhat tolerable. I mean, does any Disney animated flick use a theremin in their score? I don't think so. Imagine if there were more Disney animated flicks that used the theremin. Okay, that would kind of suck, but I think you see what I'm going here. What it all comes down to is that the story is not really good, or at least it's been done to death in live action. I'm serious. We've seen the reluctant young hero, the princess without a kingdom to rule, the bumbling sidekick, the dark ruling regime with a half-man, half-monster leader, and mysticism before. Do I have to spell it out for you? Bomb! 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 That's right, this movie is nothing more than Disney's version of Star Wars set in the middle century. And it's a shame because it puts to disrespect the director Richard Rich, who will go on to make a decent film like The Swan Princess. With this film right here, you might as well explain why he did Alpha and Omega. Not to mention that Tim Burton was an uncredited layout artist involved in this project. I wouldn't blame him for wanting to go uncredited. It's forgettable on Disney standards, so you're better off forgetting about it and watching Star Wars. I'm Joey.T.Cartoon.P, and thanks for watching this episode of the Cartoon Palooza. Oh, and make sure to check out the last episode of my other retrospective of the final celebration, which is on my Blip channel if you haven't had a chance to check it out. So, yeah, I just wanted a needless plug there. Bye!